Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and out the news in details. Tension rises in Tompolo's village as federal government allegedly back out of agreement with Gbaramatu Kingdom. The people of Gbaramatu Kingdom, Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State, have warned the federal government that failure to rectify the unabated marginalizations of the kingdom may lead to the crippling of the operations of all multinational oil and gas companies in the area if the needful were not done within the next 10 days. Chief Power Agbenekama, the Fiyawe of Gbaramatu Kingdom, in a letter on behalf of Gbaramatu Traditional Council of Chief of President Muhammadu Buhari, said they were constrained to write again to the president on issues that had previously been made known to his government through various fora, and at different times to the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, especially on his visit to Gbaramatu Kingdom in January 2017. Recalling that Gbaramatu Kingdom has kept to their end of the social contract that enabled the need of the previous dangerous era of agitations that was prevalent in Gbaramatu Kingdom, that led to a situation where Gbaramatu became one of the safest places to live, do business and visit in Nigeria. Despite all that, the government has refused to treat them fairly. They wrote thus: "In this letter we will state a few of the inexhaustible list of grievances that threaten the continued peaceful upholding of this social contract that has now turned one-sided. The Omadino-Ekravos Road project that was started and would have led to greater peaceful coexistence and dramatically improved economic relations between the neighboring local governments has not been put on indefinite hold until this administration. This is a project that is expected to bridge the oil and gas-rich Warri South and Warri Southwest local government area that both continue to be exploited daily for the continued sustenance of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This road would also cement a working and more cordial relationship, aiding peaceful coexistence between the Ijaws and the Shekiris of Warri South and Warri Southwest local government area that the road will pass through and service. Nowhere is the marginalizations more glaring than in the abstract abandonment of the multi-billion-dollar export processing zone, Gas Revolution Industrial Park, Ojidigben, and Deep Sea Port Project, Gbaramatu projects that would have created thousands of direct and indirect jobs. At a time where these government job creation statistics and figures are taking a beating for not living up to the promise made. This is an opportunity to keep that promise with the added benefit of bringing together Gbaramatu Ijaw and the Shekiri people in a common, mutually agreeable economic venture, they wrote further. According to them, Gbaramatu, which spans a large part of one of the three major oil-producing local government areas in Delta State, Warri Southwest, is arguably one of the largest single benefactor of kingdoms of the Nigerian state. But lamented that, despite this, those of us who live in this area where these exploration activities are carried out have been marginalized, ignored, taken advantage of, all the while suffering the devastating side effects of these explorations that has occurred due to an almost zero federal presence in our community. While gas is piped from our community to provide electricity to the north, west, and other areas, our communities are left to group in sadness. For example, the Azama Inikora community have been in darkness for 18 months because the light project, where contractors are supposed to provide diesel for the generator in use, has not been happening. The people claimed that contractors have neither been mobilized nor given approval to provide the diesels the generator needs. This is the same case of the other places, which is the Bujo and the rest, where the Nigerian gas company has wished on their responsibility to procure diesel for this community. leading to a state of perpetual darkness for the past 12 to 18 months. They warn that if the procurement process is not resumed immediately, we will be forced to stop pleading with the women of the community whom we have held back for months from going to the NGC office in Warri and occupying their offices. The presence of the ongoing gas generator project for this community does not mean the community should remain in darkness in perpetuity. The diesel procurement should continue until such a time as it becomes obsolete, with the gas generator becoming operational. This continued darkness is untoward and has added to a myriad other issues like pollution, poor sanitation conditions, total absence of potable water, lack of healthcare facilities to deal with the ailment that continued oil and gas aspirations has caused. As we have shown, the federal government holds a debt of gratitude too, and a duty that can only begin to be repaid by fulfilling its commitments and obligations to the kingdom. Continue, they posited that this continued on towards deplorable and disgraceful marginalization has been brought to a head. With the news of the recently announced bidding process for 57 marginal fields offered by the Department of Petroleum Resources, we are by this medium announcing our total and unequivocal objection to a bidding process that has for long excluded well-to-do, capable Gbaramatu indigents. If we are wrong in this assertion, we hereby call on the federal government and all its oil and gas agencies to within 10 days publish the names of any and all Gbaramatu indigents that have directly benefited from any of these bidding processes. The goose that lays the golden eggs is tired of seeing said eggs carted away and enjoyed by everyone else without any discernible impact on its environment. The DPR has for years now denied the oil mining licenses required to partake in this bidding process to capable sons and daughters of the very places where these oil fields are situated. And we say no more. Another growth of ours is the floating dock shipyard that was meant for Gbaramatu Kingdom and which, for unknown reasons, your administration is bent on diverting to other areas. The floating dock shipbuilding yard was originally planned to be situated close to Nigerian Maritime University, Okoronkoko, and was expected to provide students hands-on experience of the industry, which are training to join, has inexplicably been relocated. This is a massive slight, not only on a kingdom that has partnered this government on peace initiatives, but is also a blatant and ill-advised attempt to deprive students of the Nigerian Maritime University such a brilliant learning opportunity. This is a gross dereliction of duty and one we condemn in the strongest possible terms. The peace-loving people heard out that they had also noticed with dismay the blatant lopsided appointment into various national agencies with no room for Gbaramatu indigents, despite their stated high contributions to the national cake. Their letter also read thus: where we to start enumerating the instance where government agencies in your administrations have been accused of nepotism in the hiring and appointment process, we may have to take over a national newspaper for a week. Such has been the preponderance of these instances. We have had instances where qualified Gbaramatu indigents have been passed over for appointments and employment opportunities. Even within the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporations, which is funded exclusively from the resources taken from our land and waters, there has been such a lopsided slant for both appointment and employment opportunity that indigents of places like ours who fund the NNPC have no place in this opportunity, while less qualified, sometimes junior colleagues are flown all over the country to man oil installations while we bear the brunt of said explorations. This is an unfair state of affairs that we will no longer accept. They rule out their demand to include the restart of the Export Processing Zone (EPZ), Gas Revolution Industrial Park, Ogidigbem and Deep Seaport Gbaramatu projects to restart the Omadino Escrovos Road project that was discontinued by the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, the immediate halt of the current bidding process for the 57 marginal field, and come up with modality where competent companies owned by Gbaramatu's sons and daughters will be given the right of first refusal on fields located in Gbaramatu and within the Warri Southwest local government area. The urgent and immediate relocations of Gbaramatu of the floating dock shipbuilding yard, and a clear path to employment and appointment opportunity for their capable sons and daughters. They warned seriously that if these demands are not considered, a modality put in place for their achievement, we will shut down all oil and gas operations in our homeland 10 days after the publications of this letter. Your Excellency, we await your immediate actions and response to avert fresh crisis in the oil and gas industry that will exacerbate the incoming financial crisis caused by COVID-19. We have stayed silent for too long. We will be silent no more. Enough is enough. They copied the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, the Director General of DSS and Delta State Government, Chairman of Warri South and Warri Southwest local government areas, and all oil and gas company operating within their areas. Wow, so guys, I don't blame these people. You know, the thing is that it's just so unfair that Nigerian governments are not treating them very well, trust me. Let's just be realistic to ourselves. They are not treating them very well because this is their main source of wealth. And Nigerian government are supposed to treat them the way they are supposed to do. Because any agreement with APC government and Buhari will never stand because they are not sincere to themselves. They are not sincere to themselves. So guys, what do you think? What is your own take? Your comment is highly appreciated, and kindly drop your comment in the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you. We'll say God bless you. Bye.